Good evening. The Metropolitan Police have confirmed that a body found in woodland in Great Chart near Ashford in Kent is that of Sarah Everard. The 33-year-old disappeared while walking home from a friend's house in South London last Wednesday evening. On Tuesday, a serving police officer was arrested in Deal and questioned on suspicion of murder and kidnap. Searches were then carried out at addresses in Great Chart and Dover, with hundreds of officers drafted in to help. Well, meanwhile, politicians from across the political spectrum have called for vigils for Sarah Everard to be allowed to go ahead tomorrow with appropriate social distancing measures. Peter Whittlesey reports. Well, in a moment, we'll speak to our reporter Piers Hopkirk, who is live for us tonight in Deal. First, let's speak to Peter Whittlesey, who joins us now from Great Chart. So, Peter, what's the latest there? Peter, thank you very much. Well, Piers Hopkirk is live in Deal, where the police are searching a house linked to the suspect. Piers, no sign of work being scaled back there?
No, far from it, Linda. It's been a...
Right, well, let's take a look now at the latest infection figures for the South East, and these are the rates per 100,000 of the population, and they're a week-on-week comparison. The England average and high are at the top of the screen for reference. The highest rate here in the South East is Gravesham at 54 per 100,000 people. Next comes Dartford at 46, and third in our region is Thanet at 45. The lowest rate here in the South East is Rother at 9 per 100,000 people. Next comes Ada at nearly 11, and third in our region is Tunbridge Wells at 12. Now, if we take a look at the percentage change in those rates, the biggest fall is Ada with a 70% change since this time last week. Meanwhile, in Canterbury, the rate has gone up by 50% since last Friday. And all areas of the South East are now below the England average of 59. Well, meanwhile, a Kent MP is calling for more people from Black, Asian and minority ethnic communities to come forward and have the COVID vaccination. Raymond Chishti, the MP for Gillingham and Rainham, says he can see no religious obstacle to having the jab. Our health correspondent Mark Norman has more. A retired detective inspector from Surrey Police, who now dedicates his time to recovering stolen pets from across the South East, says the pandemic is fueling a sinister and cruel crime spree, with dog thieves increasingly willing to put owners' lives at risk. Colin Butcher has seen calls for his specialist services more than double since the beginning of the COVID-19 outbreak. Demand for dogs has increased during the pandemic, pushing up the cost of some puppies from £500 to £2,000. It's estimated that thefts have risen by 250%, with criminal gangs involved. And the Kennel Club says less than 5% of cases result in a criminal conviction, and more than half of cases see dogs stolen from gardens. Well, now Colin is warning all dog owners that it only takes seconds for their pets to be targeted in parks, private gardens, kennels and cars, as Leanne Lawless reports. Now, here's a story of an extraordinary find. When James Mackenzie Hall was sorting through his father's belongings at their home in Hurstman Zoo, he found a slip of paper. It detailed the day his dad, who died 2 years ago, had probably saved the life of the Duke of Edinburgh. War veteran and pilot John Mackenzie Hall was commander of the first Royal Helicopters, introduced in 1957. But a year later, a freak accident put one of those aircraft with Prince Philip aboard in serious peril, as Sarah Smith reports. Now, just before we get the weather forecast, Nina's here, and Nina, you have some quite amazing cloud formations.
Yes, yesterday evening we saw some mammatus cloud, so called because of their rather udder-like appearance, and they're quite rare because they form in cold air, bringing some cloud and some outbreaks of rain. Linda.
Well, enjoy that brief high pressure. Thank you, Nina. And that is it from us for now. I'll be back with your late update at 10:25. Have a good evening. Bye for now.